Hi guys, welcome to Prince John Internet TV. This show will focus more, as usual, on relationships and other issues important to living an enjoyable life. So, I think it's important to be cautious in consideration of the four types of relationships when at a public place such as a party or an event. Be careful with strangers. Don't put too much emphasis on what they do. They may be consuming alcohol, and based off of their beliefs, you can't necessarily take advice they say seriously on whether or not you're doing a good job. If they say, "Oh, you're silly," or "Oh, you don't know about relationships," look at the source. Another thought: I'd advise to avoid starting a relationship uh, if both parties are simply doing it because they want to care for each other or they feel bad for each other. This is like helping somebody out if they're having a hard time. But I think a good relationship is based upon feeling good about each other. A mutual enjoyment of various hobbies, including but not limited to the essential lifestyle preferences, like such as music, relationship standards, like who you refer to as your spiritual brother, who you like to associate with, and not making it random, but making it specific as to, I'm actually gonna, you know, selectively be selective about who I'm hanging out with based upon the facts of who they are. They may be friendly, but it's a question of what they actually like to do. Do they like to eat similar things as me? So that's a thought for you. You know, I've actually started to keep my feelings and thoughts more private than before. I was really open about my sexuality and my attraction to certain women. My intent has been to be married and live a wholesome marriage, but I think my approach and my behavior has been, uh, you know, kind of like playful and just trying to, play games with women that I've been attracted to, just to kind of like just a. It's like I've been playful, but not serious. Like playful, like trying to flirt or make them like me and play like back and forth games. But now I'm moving on. I'm recognizing that behavior for what it was, and I'm making a progression towards being symmetrical with my actual beliefs, being consistent. I think in relationships, it's important to have a degree of privacy. Uh, even in couples, because your feelings are still your own. And I think to say that, oh, one person is um, making me feel bad is irresponsible. Rather, to say, okay, you're making, I'm feeling bad, and forget about anything else that's going on. It's just I'm feeling bad. So what do you do about it? Well, it's advantageous, if possible, for the man to let the woman stay at home and he go out, maybe stay at a friend's house or stay in his car, or stay even on in a, you know outside on the street or wherever. But that way the woman is you know the man does the masculine thing of giving the woman some space for a day or two, so she can have a sense of peace, even if she's upset, even if she's the one who initiated the argument or verbal uh, attack. So, like I said, verbal attack, that's a stronger term than argument or disagreement, but it's what it is. If two people are at, not agreeing on a specific issue, then like like what type of food to eat or whatever, then that's fine. But if you start to shout at each other, then that's an attack. Another advisory: can I be happy without luxuries and non-essential things? My response is yes. But that is including music, which I think is essential. I like Pandora radio on my smartphone. And that's also including having one's bedroom time with oneself. That is a necessity, not a luxury. It makes life, it's a self-rejuvenative and enjoyable process. Alternatives to it are consuming alcohol and other hobbies that might be described as less natural than being with oneself. An advisory to watch out for Christian-based philosophy, as it's called. It's fear-based, and it suggests a need to help others get out of a difficult situation. I don't believe in the Christian concept, but I think that these thoughts were still in my subconscious mind, and this program was there, and it was affecting my behavior, and so my goal was to get this out of my subconscious mind. Another thought: if you think you've done something and it's karmactically okay, you have nothing to worry about. For example, let's say if a person was unhappy because you said some mean things to them, and then you gave them a peace offering, and you tried to ameliorate the situation and take responsibility for your actions, then if that person is still unhappy, that's not something that you have a control factor on. So you should be able to be content because you took responsibility for your kuliana, your part of the equation. And I think it's good for to realize that in a relationship or when considering a potential marriage, it must be noticed that in your mind you might think, oh, the person would change and they might like certain things I like or be different, but it has to be acknowledged that their current preferences and behavior are who they are, and do I like them for that? If not, then I'm probably just attracted to them because they're an attractive person to me. That's all. Okay, next. Um, I don't concern myself with others looking at me and worry about what they're thinking or judging, if they're being judgmental. I like my work. I consider everything I do in public work, whether it's this show, whether it's picking up trash, whether it's smiling at people. In my privacy, then I can do my thing, my bedroom time, and just be myself, or listen to music and have fun. But when I'm, you know, when I'm doing my work, I I like to get focused because I get a good feeling off of my accomplishments instead of being hesitant as I walk by if people are looking at me and concerning about whether they are you know approving of what I'm doing. But thanks for being here with me. I will see you next time. Aloha.